another episode of the Blockbuster Brothers. And today we're talking about another relatively new Apple TV series, Your Friends and Neighbors, starring Jon Hamm. Well, Steven, you get a chance to check it out. What'd you think?
I did, Brian, and I got to be honest, I think we got a winner. I very much liked now this is coming, and I say this as someone who doesn't really like Jon Hamm too much.
Whoa.
He's yeah, I know. Sorry.
Ham slander. Ham slander.
But he's not somebody that gets me excited to go see something. Like if Leonardo DiCaprio's in a movie, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go see it or whatever. But this was a very smart pick by him. Certainly a very enticing and interesting opening. And then mixed with, I thought, a very appropriate tone, camera work, and overall like production design, I thought was executed very well. And I don't know if I'll stick around for episode 2 just because it's not my particular, like, certain shows like really grab you, and certain shows you go, oh, this was really well done, but I'm not that interested. And I think that falls in the latter category, but I liked it.
You're just like envious of Jon Hamm's hair, aren't you?
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Let's just
call it.
Yeah,
he's got great hair, and you don't need to like do this thing where you keep going after these actors because they got great hair, man. I think it's kind of petty. But,
Brian,
dude. Ooh, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I was saying
You're gonna talk more crap about Jon Hamm?
No, Brian's put me on blast, and you've revealed my secret live to the audience. So I don't know where to go from here.
Dude, I actually like Jon Hamm. I mean, I think Mad Men, kind of where he like really came on the scene, and he does like a good stern man. But honestly, when I got my Jon Hamm respect was seeing him on 30 Rock, and just like seeing how he dips into the comedy scene every now and then. It's kind of funny from a guy who plays a pretty good like asshole, a pretty good like stern, 50s 40s man, quintessential manly man. But I think he does carry a certain presence. I do like him. I think a lot of people do. I think he adds the tone. I really like the tone, the cinematography. There's moments where I'm like, feels a little jumpy for some reason, where I'm like, I'm missing like some blocking or like a few beats or something like that. But I think the writing and it's kind of a grimier story if like you're into affairs and all that type of stuff. I think this is definitely going to be a show for you, and I think the cast as well is great and does a great job. So I don't know again why they can keep figuring out their TV shows, but Apple just can't figure out the recipe for their movies. So that's kind of where all right, another Apple TV series. They keep delivering for the TV. What's going on with the movies?
Yeah, and to your point, I have yet to see an Apple TV show where I said this is terrible. Not one.
Yeah,
not one. Yeah,
you might have problems, but it's still like okay.
Right. Right. So good for them.
Good.
Whoever the heck is the team involved with putting these productions together. Good for them. And the only other thing I'll say is I thought I saw a little bit of The Irishman in there with regards to de-aging the face, because there were parts in the episode where they definitely tried to make Jon Hamm look younger, the darker hair, but also there was something about the face where I go, I wonder if they put a little, I don't even know what you call that these days, like the VFX or the AI stuff to de-age
you're calling
somebody?
him out for AI. Apple using AI. Okay, he's calling him out.
No, I have no idea.
Send the dogs.
But, yeah, but yeah, so that was kind of interesting, but I would definitely suggest it for people. It's certainly not a really, really light show, but good for Jon Hamm for picking a winner, and good for Apple TV for making another quality show.
Yep, well done. But let us know what you think. If you checked it out, what you're looking for, and if there's any other shows that you recommend that we check out. But we'll catch you on another episode of the Blockbuster Brothers.